Well, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, traders. Let's get right to work, and then we'll do our introductions. You're looking at the E-mini S&P weekly bar chart, the same chart you've been seeing from me for weeks before we ever dropped. As you know the story behind this, before we ever dropped, we gave you targets that we could drop to, and if we did, don't panic out. Well, we did actually drop to those targets. Not panicking out was the right move, and we have moved up so far 1,112 points from that tariff low. 1,112 point rally. Now, see that little spot right there? Let me leave this. See this spot right here? Well, this is all-time contract highs. All we'd have to do is get to the top of that circle, and we'd already be back to all-time contract highs. Are you still bearish out there? Have I gotten to you yet? Let's keep moving. So, let's see what's going on for trading on Friday. Good morning, good afternoon, and of course, good evening, traders from across the globe. Welcome to my 2,913th edition of Short-Term Trading Live with Oscar. And again, thank you for tuning in. We love your comments. I answer every one of your comments myself. Please leave comments on this video if you like what you see, or even if you don't, and I'll answer your comments. So, Russell 2000 for trading on Friday, May 16th, 2025. Please place stops before you ever trade any instrument. I don't care if it's stocks, commodities, ETFs, if it's options, if it's futures, if it's a 2x, 3x, 4x, 5x, or a Bitcoin. Please put stops in first. Always put stops in first, okay? Big question of the day, Russell 2000. Oscar, are we tapping out at OTAPMA? The OMNI Trading Academy's proprietary moving average. Look right here. Drops from it once, twice, 3, 4 times. Are we falling down? Did we finally fall out of grace? Are we not going to continue higher? Well, right now, if you looked at the Russ alone, I'd be worried. Why? Well, look at the whole top up here. Let me grab a little tool. Look at the whole top up here. How you couldn't get above this average at all, and it just sunk the market every time. All right, well, you can't get above it here either for 4 or 5 tries, right? 4 tries at least. But let's take a look at everything out there and see for sure where exactly we stand. The Dow Jones Daily, another, oh no. Are we tapping out at OTAPMA? Oh no, it's there as well. I'm getting worried. Shouldn't you? Look right here. Can't get above, couldn't get above. When it got below, it stayed below. When it got above, it stayed above. So we're here. And it's not getting above at the moment, right? A little bit worrisome. But, you know, we know how to do analysis. We check everywhere before we decide whether or not we think a market may or may not fail. Of course, the OMNI as well. By the way, my OMNI for Trading Friday is completely mixed signals. It's not bullish, it's not bearish, completely mixed. So when I don't know if we'll be able to trade S&P, NASDAQ, Russ, but we have other trades we're looking at. Anyway, back to OTAPMA. Are we tapping out at OTAPMA? Well, looks like we are with the Russell 2000. Looks like we are with the Dow Jones, which is the market. But we're going to go look around and see what everything else looks like and be sure that we can make a call like that. E-mini S&P Daily Bar. Look where OTAPMA is. Look where the E-mini is. Uh-oh, what's this? Hold on, we need a green circle for this bad boy. Look at this. Not only is it above, it's above. And I don't know, I think I see an Oscarism F flag starting to build right there. Maybe, maybe not. We won't call it one yet, but it's looking like one. Above OTAPMA. Worked really well after filling the gap. This trend line is working fantastically. So tomorrow you can come down to that trend line and probably hold, but we'll take it one day at a time. But the idea behind this chart is S&P's above OTAPMA. I like that look. Let's go see what our friend the NASDAQ is doing. NASDAQ Daily Bar. Look how far above OTAPMA that is. Whoa! So that's looking good. Now that gives us cause to think that the other markets, Russell and Dow, might actually get above. let's go see what the transportation average is doing, because I like to look at that amongst everything else we look at. Dow Jones Transportation Average is right at OTAPMA, bouncing off of it, but I think I see a bull flag in the transportation average. And if that's the case, it should take the market higher, right? We should end up going higher. Let's just fix that line a little bit so I can mess with it. And if it won't let me, we'll just leave it be. Yeah, we'll just leave it be. Anyway, it should take us higher. There we go. Let's just make this fatter and a little smaller. And boom. Now we got a little line here we can mess with. This should take the market higher. You should break out of this flag and go higher. So what I'm seeing now is whatever news comes out tomorrow morning, because there's going to be a ton of news on Friday morning, reports and such. Bad news is good news, because bad news means maybe there's an excuse for Powell to lower rates. Good news is good news, because good news is good news. So I don't think bad news can come out tomorrow, and I think what I just showed you is showing us that we will get above OTAPMA, because the major markets, the future markets, NASDAQ, S&P, gone. So why shouldn't the Dow and Tranny follow? They're not futures markets. They are the market. The futures have gone already. So I think we're going to go up past the bull flag, past the OTAPMA, and ride this thing into the sunset. At least that's what I think is going to happen here. So what else do we have to look at? What would keep this thing going? Well, maybe something like this. Maybe the fact that our Bloomberg Commodity Index, our measurement of inflation, deflation, is showing us a cooling off period, which will help propel the markets past OTAPMA and onward. So this, at the height of inflation, we were at 140.55 on our commodity index barometer. Since then, it's come down dramatically, but look what's happening here. Now we've gone from these green lines pushing up. Now we're in this downward movement, heading lower, just like I showed you a week ago would happen, expected based on technical analysis that this would happen anyway. So if our barometer of inflation is pushing lower, it's going to help the stock market push higher. Now, we haven't solved our bond situation yet. And if the bonds keep going lower, interest rates keep going higher, we'll have to have a whole nother video. But for trading on Friday, even though I've got a neutral, basically OMNI, those charts look pretty good to me. And then there's this. Let me show you one other chart that I found interesting for myself. Maybe you guys will as well. Look at the gold. Remember, I showed you that we were in this descending wedge, and we were here, and now that we're breaking, you got to watch out. Well, it went all the way down. Now, it doesn't look like a lot, but this is hundreds of dollars in gold. You know what I mean? It dropped a lot, and it almost got to the blue line, which it seems to like to hold around, and went right back up into the descending wedge, which, once again, could end up being a flag, right? We turn this thing red. This could end up being a flag, which is bullish. So, being that we're back in it again, we're going to call it a flag again. If we get under it again and take out more stops, we'll remove the pole and call it a descending wedge. So for now, we're going to drop the pole back in, and we're going to call this back in. And you got to watch for possible upside now in your gold. So be careful if you did get short. It did work very well. It dropped 150, almost $200, but now all the way right back up and back in your wedge. I hope that helps, traders. Please leave your comments on this video. Please like and share them. It really helps. When you like and share these videos and leave comments, it gets into the YouTube algorithms, which gets more people to see our videos, and I get to help more traders out there. There's a lot of garbage out there. Allow me to help others. Please like and share and leave your comments. Now, I will tell you another thing. If you want to hang out with me, I'm so easy to find. I'm at livewithoscar.com. Very simple. If you join livewithoscar.com, not even a credit card is required. You could join my free chat room where you could be one of the people that are all hanging out in this chat room here. I'm always here. I have my camera on a lot. It's actually on right now, a secondary camera while I'm, see that me waving to you? While I'm speaking to you cats. So join me in my free trading room. There are no fees and no credit card to get there. You simply just go to livewithoscar.com. Register if you don't have a registration. Log in if you do. If you register, there's only one thing. You might end up getting an email to spam. Check your spam if you register and you're not getting a code. Unspam the email. Come back to Live with Oscar and join me in my live trading room. It can't hurt because it doesn't cost you anything, and I'm more than willing to share knowledge with my friends in OMNIACs. I hope to see you in the live trading room. I hope you leave comments, like and share these videos, and then remember, stops are in. Emotions are out. Rock and roll traders, join the site. Leave your comments. I promise to comment back to you, and like and share these videos. It'll really help. You have a great day trading on Friday.